Welcome to the start of what promises to be a very wet escape to the country. Today I'm in a county that's famous for its dramatic and diverse landscape, but I have to say, I've never quite seen anything like that. Back in 1797, this extraordinary rock formation encouraged the likes of Wordsworth and Coleridge to write The Wanderings of Cain. So where have I come to find such a biblical landscape? Well, join me in a couple of minutes and I'll tell you.
Today we're helping a married couple and a special member of the family relocate to a place that holds many holiday memories. And they discover they can afford more than they ever imagined.
No,
What?
it can't be. Why is it then? What's wrong with it?
But will they be too spoiled for choice?
Maybe I don't want to see any more because it's all too...
Well, look, you haven't seen all of this yet.
I know.
Well, today I'm in Devon, on Exmoor to be precise, right on the northern coast of the county. And this extraordinary formation behind me is known locally as the Valley of the Rocks, carved probably millions of years ago by the elements in this strange half-light and, as you can probably tell, appalling weather. It does take on something of a prehistoric feel. Not surprisingly, the whole area has slipped into local folklore. Some of these rocks have very evocative names like the Cheese Ring and Ragged Jack. And I'm assured that hidden amongst this bracken is a herd of wild goats who it's thought have made this place home for centuries.
Devon lies in the southwest of England, bordered by Cornwall to the west and Somerset to the northeast. Its magnificent coastline is dotted with pretty fishing villages and seaside resorts, a draw for over 5 million visitors who also come to enjoy its two national parks. Dartmoor, renowned for its stunning tors, and Exmoor, with its wild and rugged landscape. Here, secret hideaway homes from quaint little gems to grand getaways are what Devon dreams are made of.
Now, of course, Devon has long been popular with anybody wanting to escape to the country, whether you're retiring or simply seeking a slice of the good life. After all, look at it. Why wouldn't you want to live here? But of course, all that has had an effect on population levels, a net increase every year of up to 6,000 people. And that, of course, has had a knock-on effect on house prices. They are 14% higher here than the national average. And within the county, well, it does vary quite a lot as well. The north, in general, is much cheaper than the south. So, a county of great contrast, great beauty, with plenty on offer to suit everybody.
Like this imaginative 4-bedroom barn conversion sitting on 4 acres of glorious rural land near Goodley. For £1.25 million, it also comes with an annex and its own pool. For those who love the Exmoor coast, this 4-bedroom stone and slate cottage for £525,000 is tucked away in Headon Valley and sits on 2 acres of luscious gardens and woodlands. There are 4 cosy reception rooms and a kitchen diner opening out to a conservatory. And for just under £300,000, this Grade 2 listed 2-bedroom cottage in Bideford is within walking distance of the beach and coastline.
Well, as you can see, some wonderful examples of property on offer here. Just one of the reasons why I love house hunting here in Devon. And of course, why today's buyers want to move here.
Today's house hunters are Jill and Robert, who live in the commuter village of Chipstead in Surrey. For over a decade, they've been dreaming of giving up the suburbs and retreating to a Devonshire dream home. But it's never been the right time to leave until now.
Well, I think we've lived in Surrey for the last 20 years and been in this house for 13 years. Everything we wanted, we got from this house at the time. But we could move now. We're in our 60s and don't want to leave it another 10 years.
At this stage of life, they're looking to become part of a village community.
I think 60 is the new 40. I think we want to do it now because it takes time to make friends, real friends.
We want to support our local community. I'll spend most of my time supporting our local pub.
Jill has family roots and happy childhood memories in Devon that keep drawing her back to the county.
My mother was Devonshire, my grandmother Cornish. I've got cousins, relations in the West Country. Spent most of my formative years down there and I feel, it's going home really.
And the family ties don't stop there. An important member of the family will also be relocating. Jill's very active 95-year-old father, Percy.
He's looking forward to it as much as we are, really. I think it's a big excitement in his life. He's very independent, very full of life, and I think this would be a fantastic end to his life, really, because, you know, he's 95, he's not going to go on forever.
I'm not so sure about that.
The choice of property needs to be got right in terms of Percy's needs.
The important part of the move, really, is to take my father with us, and he will require a separate annex with a ground floor bathroom, probably like a studio apartment.
With retirement and more time on their hands for reviving old hobbies, Jill and Robert have a few requirements of their own.
Well, I'd like to do more painting. Having more space to do my painting would be nice. Instead of having to sort of put it all out on the dining room table here, I'd like to have a studio or a room where I could call it my own.
As you can see, this is my lovely cluttered garage, full of bits and pieces that my wife's collected and stored in here. I haven't been able to get a car in there for over 13 years. When we move to the country, I'd love a barn or a large double garage so I can start working on old cars again.
They're looking forward to leaving busy roads behind and enjoying the countryside.
I love the sea. The moors, love Exmoor. It's so wild and free, and even on cold days it's brilliant up there to go walking.
So what's their choice of location?
I'm thinking maybe towards Exmoor. I think Exmoor is my favourite over Dartmoor. I think it's wilder, less people, and sort of around that area. If somewhere near the sea would be nice.
But what would their dream house look like?
A nice square family home with period features.
3-4 bedrooms?
3 or 4 bedrooms, an ensuite bathroom, a large kitchen diner. Must have an annex. Must have an annex. Hopefully with nice views on a hillside somewhere or up fairly high.
I also like an easily maintained garden.
Yeah.
Something big enough that I can buy one of those ride-on lawnmowers. Always fancy one of those.
Before we start looking for their new home, we need to find out how much their house is worth. So we invited an estate agent round to value their property.
This is a 4-bedroom detached family house situated in Surrey with great commuter links into London via the M25, and in my opinion I would value this property in the region of £615,000.
I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
I didn't expect it to be that much.
No, it's more than I thought it would be.
With the housing market as it is at the moment.
So what's their budget?
Our budget for the new property is going to be £700,000. We can be slightly flexible on that figure.
And if it was absolutely dream house.
If it was the absolute perfect house, we could go slightly higher.
Well, all in all, I think it's a pretty manageable list of expectations. A nice traditional farmhouse. Jill wants plenty of space for her art studio, a nice big kitchen, and of course Robert is after some outbuildings to incorporate his workshop. But perhaps one of those crucial things is this all-important annex for Jill's father. Now, unusually for this show, they haven't asked for acreage, but with their budget and with the sort of properties that are on offer here, land often does come hand in hand with the sort of things we're going to be able to show them. So you never know, they might just get a little bit more than they bargained for.
Jill and Robert want to be close to the sea and the wilds of North Devon, so have asked us to focus the search on the northwest coast across to Exmoor National Park on the east and travelling no further inland than South Molton. We've lined up some of the area's finest properties to view, but I won't reveal the price tags until they've taken everything in. And finally, well, there's the mystery house, which will open up an even larger window on their world.
Well, Jill, there's something kind of very romantic about this story, because here you are kind of coming home, aren't you?
I know, it's lovely. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful childhood memories and great picnic spots and rolling in the gorse and the ferns and everything. Oh, it's beautiful here. Yeah, I love it.
I don't know, Robert, stories of rolling in the ferns and the gorse. I mean, this is all getting, kind of slightly off the beaten track, isn't it?
I've never heard this story before.
But, you're loving it down here, aren't you?
Absolutely.
This is a huge lifestyle change for you as well.
Absolutely. And of course, it won't just be for us, it'll be bringing Jules' father down as well.
He's a key component to this move, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
he is.
95, bless him.
And we can't go without him.
You can't go without
No,
him.
definitely not.
We have got some fantastic properties for you to look at, so let's see if we can persuade you to buy one.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
okay, it'd be great.
With a flexible budget of £700,000, our buyers are looking for a detached period home with 3 to 4 bedrooms, a large kitchen diner, a master with an ensuite, an artist studio for Jill and workshop space for Rob, countryside and coastal views from on high, and a ground floor annex for Jill's elderly dad, with not too much land to look after.
Now, Jill, your father is a key component of this move,
Yes,
both
he is, yeah.
practically and financially in some respects. He's been in his house for 60-odd years.
I know.
I don't know how anybody makes that kind of transition.
He knows Devon like the back of his hand.
Oh, really?
Well, he courted my mother down here.
Interesting. So I guess you're picking up where they left off, aren't you?
Yeah,
Sort of,
Sort of, yeah.
First up, we're heading to the seaside town of Croyd on the northwest coast of Devon. Croyd is known for its nearby sandy beaches and a village offering loads of old world charm. There's also a couple of pubs in town, sure to please Rob. Set in a picture postcard hamlet called Nethercott, just 3 miles away from Croyd, our first property is a sweet farmhouse that serves up a Devonshire dream on a plate.
What a stunning looking house.
Perfect size. Not too big. I really like it. I like the colour, I like the slate roof. I like the door. It's lovely.
Good, right.
Really, really good.
Let's see what you think of the inside. Come on.
Can't wait.
So if first impressions are anything to go by, we're off to a good start, as they both seem taken by this 18th century Grade 2 listed property. Let's hope the recently renovated interior continues to impress.
Right. Come on in. Look at this.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
You can just leave me here. I don't want to see anymore.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Lovely.
The floor is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, let's start in here. This is one of 2 reception rooms that you've got.
Okay.
There we are. What do you think?
It's cosy.
It is.
It's very, very cosy. You can see yourself sitting here, can't you? Watching the television, having a glass of wine.
Enormous wood burning stove.
Lovely window seat.
Yeah. So, first reception room.
Yeah.
Great start.
Come across the hallway to the kitchen. Again, the slate floor comes off the hallway down into here. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. It's square, isn't it? Which is great.
Yeah.
And plenty of room to eat. It's a real farmhouse kitchen. It's the real thing. As I said, proper job. So, it's a good sized kitchen.
It is. It's
I
great.
like it.
Well, I did say earlier on that next door was one of 2 reception rooms. The other one is over here.
Right.
And the nice thing is that the kitchen is in the middle of both of them. So you've got something of a sort of a snug day room.
This is lovely in here.
So you can have a his and hers.
Yeah, we could.
Now you're talking.
That's lit him up, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Look, yeah. Well, you could do. I mean, you know, you've got lots of options. And perhaps the next thing is to go upstairs.
Yep.
Which is this way.
Oh,
Tucked away, which is quite nice. So it doesn't really take the room over.
I didn't even notice there was a staircase here.
The cosy feel and versatility of this property seem to go down well. Up on the first floor, there are 3 good-sized rooms, all with pine floorboards, and a family bathroom with a classic roll-top bath to unwind in. But let's head to what could be their room.
Now, we're calling this the master. It's the widest and I suppose the biggest room that's up here.
Right.
The obvious thing, I suppose, is that it doesn't have an ensuite. I don't know if that's a deal breaker or not.
In an ideal property, we would want an ensuite.
Well, there is a bit of a solution to this problem. I mean, clearly the family bathroom is at the very end of the hallway, so you don't really want to be trotting down there.
No.
But if you put a door there, just beyond that light fitting, all right, you would effectively create a sort of master suite. So that bedroom there, if that were your ensuite, I think that would give you a huge amount of space and your own end of the property.
That would be fabulous.
Yeah, that would work.
Once an ensuite is built, we should be in business, because what's coming up next fits the bill perfectly for their top priority, Jill's dad. A freshly restored barn conversion designed for holiday lets. As well as offering 2 good-sized purpose-built bedrooms on the first floor, there's more than enough room on the ground floor to suit his needs, including the bathroom. Now let's look at a potential bedroom.
He would have enough room in here to have somewhere to put his clothes, like a dressing table, and maybe a little couch.
Yeah. The kitchen is through here. It's something of a kitchen diner.
Mm-hmm. The kitchen here is great because he's still going to make tea and have his breakfast on his own. He's got a very independent, incredibly independent.
Well, maintaining that independence is crucial, isn't it?
And that's why, you know, the annex it's got to be right.
Now, some extra space for Jill's studio, or maybe even a hideaway for Rob. Let's see who jumps at it first.
Oh! Come on in here, guys. Look at this. Come on, Robert.
This looks interesting.
Come on in.
Well, it would give me immense pleasure to hand this over to you. It's yours.
Thank you.
Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? I thought that was going to be a bit of a tough sell.
No.
OK, good.
Be very happy here.
Well, that lit up Robert's face, and there's plenty of room outside to please him as well. An array of stone outbuildings, ideal as workshops, to reignite his passion for doing up old cars. And what better spot to tinker about in than your very own rustic country cottage backyard?
That could really work.
I think it would work.
Yeah, it would.
The other thing that would really help the issue are the extra 4 acres that it comes with.
No.
4 acres.
4 acres. He's laughing.
Yeah, the turkey's laughing, isn't it? Yeah, you get 4 acres, which is all sort of that way. I mean, it's one of the things that you're going to sort of scoop up, whether you want them or not, because of where we are and what you have to spend. You can let them. You can also sell them. There is some local interest in buying those 4 acres, and you know, currently here you're talking about £5,000 an acre, so there's potentially £20,000 to be made there if you don't want them. Let's have a think about the price then, Jill. You can go first. This is your patch. You've got what, £700,000 or so, maybe more, to play with.
OK, 695.
I'm going to come in slightly lower at 690.
This was on the market for £750,000.
OK.
Wow.
It is now on the market for 700.
Aha.
Good start.
It's a very
Excellent
good start. Maybe I don't want to see any more because it's all too
Well, look, you haven't seen all of this yet.
Oh, no. OK.
Go and have a look at those 4 acres. They're up there. I'll catch up with you later.
Thank you.
Off you go.
Okay.
After you, Jill.
Thank you. Hello, friend.
Priced at £700,000, this Grade 2 listed farmhouse offers Jill and Robert the country charm they're after. It has 4 bedrooms and the potential of an ensuite. There's a 2-bedroom annex for Jill's dad, plenty of studio and workshop space for their creative pursuits, and a sprawling 4 acres of gardens and paddocks which they could rent or sell for a tidy sum.
It's a typical Devon house, and I like it very much indeed. Obviously, I think we would need to definitely put a bathroom in that upstairs main bedroom.
We just have to make some inquiries, and if this wall can come down...
Yeah, and make a fabulous...
It would. But if we can't...
we're stuck.
I think, regarding the annex, I think that works perfectly. That ticks all the boxes. All in all, a nice house.
You know, it's always nice to start your house tours on a high, and this house has certainly done that. I wonder if Jill's moved in yet. Moved in yet, Jill?
Almost.
Almost. Out you come. Come on, Robert.
Too much to think about.
Oh.
Oh no, too much to think about.
And 2 more to come, of course.
I know, my brain's hurting.
Come on.
Exmoor National Park provides one of the most spectacular landscapes in the UK, and its northern coastline is littered with beautiful villages. Linton and its twin Lynmouth on the harbour below are amongst its prettiest. Bird's eye views and walking trails are high on Jill and Robert's wish list, so earlier in the week they went exploring. Lynmouth was a small but lucrative trading port in the 17th century. Fishing was the main industry, and the big catch back in the day was herring. In the 19th century, the local economy struggled due to the high cliffs separating Linton from Lynmouth, and the Exmoor terrain was tricky for transporting goods. So an ingenious mode of transport was created to connect the twin towns. Local tour guide Tom Evans kindly showed our couple the ropes.
Transport was very difficult in Victorian times. Horse-drawn wagons labouring up the hill, horses really under terrible conditions. So there was a need for a funicular railway between the 2 villages. And this was built in 1890 at a cost of £8,000. They could take up to 40 people in each of the cabins, and if they removed the cabins, they could actually put larger vehicles on it. Even cars at one point were taken up.
The Cliff Railway is the only one of its kind in the world. Powered by a supply of river water, it's totally emission-free. It works by filling up and releasing water into tanks underneath the cars. The weight counterbalances the cars like an old-fashioned weighing scale. One goes up and the other goes down.
Oh, there it goes.
Jill wanted high-rise views, but maybe this is one level too high.
Whoa.
And we have arrived. We've arrived.
Fantastic. Well done.
Let me off. Let me off.
But the ride is worth it. From Linton, the breathtaking views can be fully appreciated. It's easy to feel on top of the world up here. And an array of arty shops and tea rooms create an altogether enchanting ambience. The area owes a great deal to its historic benefactor, Sir George Newnes.
Newnes created a community of artists and writers, craftsmen. It is to this day a place for people who enjoy the countryside, walks, wildlife and peace and quiet.
It's got a lovely feel.
It has
a
indeed.
really
Yeah.
nice feel to it. Yeah, it's great.
Sounds like a place for us.
Clearly, this is a picture postcard location for Jill and Rob's new life in the country. Next, we travel east, inland to the rural village of Goodley, a sleepy little village enveloped by undulating hills and plenty of scenic walks for Jill and Rob to explore. Our second offering is part of a Grade 2 listed Georgian manor house on the outskirts of the village. Let's see if they can imagine living the good life here.
What do you reckon?
What a property. It's huge. I like the proportions. There's
Yeah.
big square windows.
Yeah, the
Lovely
proportions
looking
are
house.
great.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
Let's get inside, shall
Yeah.
we?
Come on.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Although semi-detached, one thing this house doesn't lack is space. Jill's in for a real treat with this big country kitchen.
Ah.
Yeah?
Yep. I'm liking this.
This could work.
Yeah?
Yes.
Higher ceilings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got some storage facilities, cupboards.
It's a nice size, this.
I love this room.
Well, if you like this one, wait till you see the living room. Come and have a look at this. Or I should say drawing room.
Oh, the drawing room.
Yes.
Thank you.
OK, Jill. Would this work?
Oh, it's lovely. Love the mouldings around the room.
And that window is extraordinary.
Isn't it just?
Incredible.
See yourself in here with a glass of wine, Robert?
I certainly do. I see there's a
What's
nice
a fire?
log burner there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. It's gorgeous.
Fabulous room.
It seems the regal feel to this property has Jill and Rob absolutely beaming. And a grand property needs somewhere grand to eat, like this elegant 16-foot dining room.
Just for you, mate.
Oh,
Good
boys.
grief.
Studio?
Well, now, this is where we need to get a bit technical
Okay.
with this property, because what we don't have for you is a separate annex for Dad.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So this would be it.
Well, the options are, this room in particular is of a great size. It's all on the ground floor, and it also has its own ensuite
That
showering
would work.
down
It would
there.
work.
It's something to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, we were looking for a separate annex.
Yeah.
But
You've got the dining room between you and
we
him.
have,
And of course, you've
Quite
got the other living room through there.
sure.
And doors. Big doors.
Yeah, nice big doors, yeah. So,
Big solid doors.
It's something to
Yeah.
think about, yeah.
It's encouraging that the lack of an annex isn't proving a hurdle. So onwards and upwards to some glorious hilltop views of Devon.
That is gorgeous, isn't it?
yeah.
It's a good size room.
Yeah.
Lovely proportions again.
Now, currently, this is described as the master. It's got some lovely details. It's got this lovely fireplace in it
Yeah.
and so forth. The other reason, of course, is that it's got loads of light coming into it through that window and the view beyond. Take a step over and have a look, because that's what you're going to wake up to.
Look at that, isn't it? Imagine waking up and having a look out there every morning.
If it's a gorgeous outlook Jill wants, there are two further spacious bedrooms, both delivering those tantalising views. Also on this floor is a family bathroom and shower room.
Now, I personally would be quite happy with this as a
Me
master.
too.
There's your ensuite through there.
I agree with you. I think I would prefer this as a master bedroom.
I don't know why, it just feels right.
The ensuite has certainly raised Jill and Rob's spirits, and up in the attic, there's space for an art studio. There's plenty to play with here, but that's just on the inside. They've yet to discover the grounds that are absolutely jaw-dropping.
This is what I really want you to see. Because tucked away up here
Wow.
is this glorious garden. Come on, don't be shy, there's plenty of it to explore.
Oh, isn't it fabulous?
There are 1.5 acres for Jill and Rob to enjoy here. The secret garden opens out beyond the main lawn area to a mature orchard, making the most of a sunny elevated position. And down below is a rambling woodland and a serene pond that's just pure magic. But how much is it going to set them back? So let's have a think about the money then.
Okay.
This is over budget. I'm going to go for 735.
Okay, I'm going to go for 753.
If it were £700,000, would that be more interesting?
I can't believe it would be £700,000.
Then you won't believe that it's £525,000.
No,
What?
it can't be. Why is it that? What's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with it at all. But it is a semi.
No.
I think it represents great value for money. I think it's one you should really consider.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Lots to think about. Lots to...
Well, look, there are still a couple of bits I want you to have a look at, and I'll catch up with you later.
Fantastic.
Off you go.
For £525,000, this Grade 2 listed secret hideaway comes in well under budget. There are 3 bright and elegant reception rooms, one with annex potential, 4 sunny bedrooms and a charming attic room, all set in 1.5 acres.
It's sort of elegant, but it's very homely. There's lots and lots and lots to think about with this property. It wouldn't worry me not having an annex, particularly in this case, because this room is so large.
Yeah.
Yeah. And near enough for us to sort, be on hand.
And we have got a door that we can shut for our own privacy. If this house had the annex of the first house, I'd be writing a cheque now, I think.
Out you come, Jill,
Yep.
Robert. I think this is well worth you thinking about.
It is. Although I'm muddled, confused.
Confusion,
Don't know what I'm doing.
being muddled. Listen, it means you've got choice.
Yeah, I have.
And the mystery house is still to come.
Great.
Fantastic.
As the sun starts to go down over Devon, Jill and Rob have a chance to reflect on the dream homes they've seen so far. Jill and Robert are looking to spend £700,000 or a little more if they spot their absolute dream home in Devon. So far, one property has delivered on the perfect annex for Jill's dad, and the second was the ideal house. So can the mystery property strike a balance between the two?
I've never seen anything this size in my
That's
life.
great.
For the mystery house, we're broadening Jill and Robert's horizons, travelling away from the coast and beyond South Molton to the village of Studley. Along with a great community spirit, its local church, believed to have Norman origins, was extensively restored during the Victorian era. The mystery house has everything the first 2 houses offered, plus a lot more. Although it's not the coastal location they wanted, it could just paint an even bigger picture of life in Devon, and with a potential money spinner on the side.
Come on in.
It's huge, isn't it?
What you've got here on the right-hand side, surrounded by the cream render, are what would have been 3 great big openings with coach doors on them for coaches and carriages and so forth.
Oh, right.
The stable block is over towards the left, hidden under that growth, so horses over there. And then above, in this enormous range, you'd have had quarters for, staff, stable hands, and of course, overlooking this wonderful courtyard.
It's quite romantic, isn't it?
It's a terrific place.
Some sort of romantic feel about it.
The grand exterior has clearly captured Jill's romantic spirit, so let's hope the romance continues inside when she sees the enormous kitchen.
Now, I think this is more what you were thinking about.
That is a kitchen diner
par excellence.
Isn't it
just?
That is lovely.
They're great windows, aren't they?
Terrific.
Look at the thickness of the walls.
Oh, well built this. I mean,
it's not going to blow over, is it?
Built by an aristocrat for his horses. He wasn't going to, skimp on it. No. And it goes on. I mean,
It certainly does.
I mean, you've got all that area over there, which is currently obviously the dining end of it.
I can't take it all in, it's so massive.
Well, space-wise,
Well, you can't fault it, can you?
you can't fault it.
No.
And there is plenty more where this came from. Come and have a look back again through the hallway
Right,
at this
okay.
reception room. This is where the coaches would go. What you're doing here is entirely up to you.
Have a ball.
Have a ball, have a party.
Have a party?
Wow.
I mean, come on, Robert, what was you doing here?
I don't know.
I'd probably bring my car in here and rebuild it. I mean, get lost down that end of the room somewhere. I've never seen anything this size in my
That's
life.
great.
And the impressive rooms don't stop there. As well as a library, there's also a games room ideal for entertaining. Up to the first floor, let's take a look at the romantic master bedroom. There's just one potential sticking point though, that all-important ensuite.
Now, not en suite,
No.
Okay.
but it gives you an idea of the sort of size.
It's a good sized bedroom, isn't it?
It
It's
is.
a lovely sized bedroom. I love the window.
Nice square room.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
They could, of course, choose an alternative bedroom from the 5 up here, 2 of which come with original fireplaces, reminders of the stable's old living quarters. Or they could create a master that's next to one of the 2 bathrooms located at either end of the landing.
There, now.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Many a stable hand would not have enjoyed this.
No.
Clearly.
Great.
Fabulous sized bathroom, isn't it?
Yeah. And this would be for your guests.
Too good for guests.
So as you can see, there's a huge amount on offer.
There is.
And that's just in the coach house. We haven't touched the annex yet.
Oh, Lord.
The sheer scope of this property has bowled them over so far, but wait till we head outside, across the courtyard, to reveal the potential home for Jill's dad.
I want to really start in here with you two because I think this would make a fantastic living room for Dad.
It would. It would.
It's cosy, it's panelled, and
It is.
importantly, it's got those double doors there out to the garden.
Which he loves. No, this is a lovely room, isn't
yeah,
it?
great.
It is a very nice room. He'd be very happy here.
And of course, the room itself is on the level. There is one step here which would go down to his bedroom.
All right.
But again, I think he'd quite enjoy this.
Oh, my goodness. Good sized room for him.
Through there, you've also got a separate loo
Perfect.
and shower room. That's all on the level too.
Okay. It doesn't feel as if it's an annex at all. I think he would feel as if he'd moved into his own property somewhere.
Exactly.
Blimey.
Really, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent, Jules. Well done.
Well, we aim to deliver, and Jill's dad couldn't ask for more. Along this sprawling annex is another large bedroom with its own ensuite, another smaller bedroom and a shower room. Plus, there's a kitchen for Jill's dad to make himself a cuppa, and a 17-foot-long dining room, so plenty of additional guest space. Or it could serve as a separate holiday letting business. And the pretty grounds won't disappoint either. There's a south-facing courtyard, and a short meander through an arch leads to a private lawn garden with mature shrubs.
Nothing too complicated here. Just cutting back.
Just cutting back.
Yeah.
Well, are we going to have to cut back on the price, I wonder?
Lord, I knew you were going to ask.
What do you reckon?
Oh, right, I'm going to go for 720.
710.
You're wrong.
Oh, no.
It's not 720 and it's not 710, I'm afraid.
What is it?
650.
No.
Ah, yes.
Oh, this for 650.
£650,000.
Wow.
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 That's an awful lot of house for 650.
You haven't seen all of it yet. Go and explore the rest of that annex and I'll catch up with you a
Okay.
little bit later.
All right,
Okay,
we're going
thanks
to
a
do that.
lot.
Okay.
Brilliant.
At £650,000, this grand home offers a light and spacious drawing room, a games room, and Jill gets her deluxe country kitchen. There are also 5 double bedrooms, and top of the wish list, an attached annex with French doors out to the garden for Jill's dad. There are also an extra 2 double bedrooms which could be let, and a manageable garden.
This house is huge, huge, huge. The annex is spectacular. Enough room for my dad to have a whole, like a separate house there for himself, and still enough room to have a holiday let.
I think I could see us living here quite comfortably. In fact, I could probably see us, our friends, our next door neighbours and a few other people living here quite comfortably.
You wouldn't believe the trouble I've had finding these two and getting you out of here. Really interesting mystery house, I think you'll agree.
Incredible.
Yeah, really interesting. We haven't, I don't know, I just feel as if I haven't seen it all yet. I just found another room downstairs with a loo in it. I just opened a door and there it was. Oh.
Well, we've had the chance to show you three very viable properties.
Yes.
I suppose the key question is which one, if any, may be your new home.
True.
I think you need to go and have a good old think about it.
I think we do.
Yeah,
Come on.
a long think.
Devon has preserved a unique survivor from our industrial past. The small village of Sticklepath is home to the last operational water-powered forge in the whole of England, Finch Foundry. I'm here to find out more about how it all works from custodian Roger Bonney. The foundry, which was powered by the nearby River Tor, was established by William Finch in 1814, and all the original machinery is still going strong. The family firm was in operation until 1960. In 1994, the National Trust stepped in, giving visitors a rare insight into this bygone era.
Roger, this is a fantastic survivor, isn't it?
Tremendous. It's, in fact, the very last of its kind.
Now, this is a sort of thing, though, that most villages with a water source would have had at some point. I guess water was the electricity of its day, wasn't it, really?
Certainly in this part of the world, there were actually up to 8 water wheels working in this village, all using and reusing the same water before eventually it goes back into the river again. Really clever stuff.
Finch Foundry used to be a woolen mill that then produced cutting tools for use in agriculture and mining.
Ah, a lovely scythe.
One I made earlier.
To power up, a lever is pulled to release the water onto the wheels, setting all the cogs and belts in motion, enabling a giant set of shears to cut the hot metal. Cast your mind back to the 1840s and imagine mass-producing 400 tools a day in here when the forge was in full swing. You can almost smell the Industrial Revolution.
You've got 25 men in here. All right?
Yeah, OK.
And then you've got this.
Wow.
The tricks of the trade were cutting edge for the time.
That's the off switch.
Oh, right,
All
God.
right.
We should have shoved it in.
Oh, you might like that.
I love it. I love it. We talk about the genius of the Industrial Revolution,
Ingenuity.
and it's a
There
bit
you
of
go.
wood.
So that's the tools being cut to shape in the forge. Next, though, we need to get a handle on how they're sharpened and to understand the original meaning behind the phrase, keeping your nose to the grindstone.
So this is it. This is your grinding shop.
This is it. This is the grinding shop. So the big idea with this is what you do. You've got to climb up on the top of here.
You're joking. This is a kind of a bed.
This is a kind of a bed. You get up on the top of here like this.
Yeah.
And you've got to lie down.
God, right, you than me, Roger.
And you do all of this.
That's phenomenal. Brilliant.
And this is where keeping your nose to the grindstone comes from.
That's remarkable. It would have been a lethal place.
Absolutely. Being a grinder was one of the most hazardous occupations there was. These things were prone to bursting.
That's one of the kind of stories of the Industrial Revolution, isn't it?
Exactly.
In some respects. I mean, it was a risky business, but it's brought us to where we are now.
And without these kind of tools, these things that were made in small enterprises like this, none of the big houses, for instance, would have been made.
The fact that the mill is still running 200 years on is a tribute to its builders, and despite the passage of time, it's a rare opportunity to get a very real sense of what the Industrial Revolution was all about.
Well, it's my favourite part of the show now, decision time. When we left our second property yesterday afternoon, Jill said that she was pretty confused. Well, since then, we've shown them the mystery house, and my sense is that confusion just got a little bit worse. So have they been able to untangle their thoughts, I wonder? Well, let's go and ask them. Well, you two, here we are. It's the end of the road. We've shown you all that we can. Have you enjoyed it?
Fabulous.
Yeah, we've had
Been a great week.
We kicked off with that lovely old 16th century farmhouse.
I felt it was cosy inside. I love the sort of simpleness of it. And the annex there was absolutely perfect. I think we had an issue with the ensuite bathroom upstairs, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we could have resolved that issue.
I thought it would appeal to you because it was very much going back to your kind of rural roots.
Yeah, I did, and I did like where it was positioned with those other little houses around there and that little sort of hamlet. But, you know, we were looking forward to the next one.
Well,
Always.
The next one was very different. A slice of Georgian grandeur, half of that enormous house. I mean, it really was a regal semi, wasn't it?
What a place.
Which you absolutely fell in love with, Robert.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I could see myself moving in.
And what about, Dad, the idea of converting that fantastic snooker room?
Yeah, I mean, we thought about it and I think it would probably have worked.
Yes, I think we could easily have done that there. Easily.
Yeah. And the garden.
Well, come on. Let's get to the garden. I mean, here we are sitting in the
Jules.
grounds of another glorious manor house.
I know.
But let's think about the garden because that really was fantastic.
Stunning.
It was unbelievable, that garden.
What a fantastic price.
Oh my
525.
God, yes, the price was amazing.
We had, of course, one more to come. Our final property, the Mystery House. An extraordinary conversion of the old stable block.
Gosh.
Your thoughts, Robert?
Well, I need a map. It's just a sprawling mass of rooms.
Yes, it was great.
Have you figured it out yet?
No. As far as the annex went, it was a separate home.
That wing down the side was split into two, really, wasn't it? Because the bit that we would put him in was like a house on its own. And also it had an extra bit, didn't it, which you could let as a holiday let.
Huge property.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it leads me on neatly to my final question. What happens next?
Well, we've decided to stay down here for a few more days to look around the area. We're going to make some more inquiries about that last property.
Good. Guys, I'm really delighted because this was always going to be a bit of a challenge because incorporating your father is a key component.
Yeah.
This isn't some wayward whim. It's absolutely
It's got to be spot on. Yeah.
spot on. So if that's the case, I look forward to hearing his reaction when you finally get him there.
You can come to his 100th birthday party.
Fabulous.
There. Okay,
I would
we'll
look
do
forward to that. Well, here's to you and here's to him.
Yeah,
Cheers, guys.
cheers.
Best of luck. Now, of course, we'd all love to escape to the country in a building like the one behind me, but for most of us, it is, of course, an impossible dream. But for Jill and for Robert, well, if they do go for that coach house and old stable block, I think they'll get pretty close to it. And as for her father, well, I'd love to be a fly on the wall when he walks through the door. See you next time.
Well, Jill and Robert thoroughly considered the mystery property, but decided it was just too big to handle. However, they were sold on the area and are now looking in mid-Devon. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and would like our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.